In order to put the magneto in, what we need to do is, of course, get the correct spacing. But first, we're just going to loosely put these bolts in by hand. So I'll line everything up and put that bolt through. Now that's also going through that black wire and making connection there. So now we can take this and start to thread that on. And then we'll do the same thing down here at the bottom. This one's a little bit harder because of the handle that you have to fight with the Allen wrench. But with the ball end on the end of this, it makes it much easier. So now, with those just barely starting to be snugged up, at least they're in place, we'll loosen them up a bit so we're still able to move it. And in order to get the correct spacing, what we need to do is just take a business card that has some thickness to it, and we'll just place this in between here. And what this is doing is, this is the magnet here on the flywheel. So when this comes by, you don't want it to actually touch the piece on here. It just wants to go by really quick. And it's creating electricity with those coils. So once we get that correct spacing, which is the thickness of this card, then I can go in with the Allen wrench and just tighten these bolts nice and tight. The names are the other way around. This is the magneto and this is the coil, but yeah, now we can go ahead and just tighten these up so whenever we remove that business card, the coil won't move. So with these nice and tight, that one's good, and the one down here, there we go. That one's also nice and tight. Let's remove this business card and see our distance. Whenever you put this top bolt in, there is a ground wire that is connected to the kill switch here, and that's how you're able to turn it on and off. So make sure that is connected with this bolt. Now if we go ahead and turn the magneto, you can see when that magnet passes, it's super close, but it's actually not touching. So that's what we want the distance to be. That looks good. To get the kill switch in there, you may need to loosen this plate up again, just so that this will slide right in. Just work it around that little tab there. Now that fits right in there like it should. There we go. And now we can go ahead and put the carburetor back on and bolt this into place. This wire here has its own clip right here on the cylinder, and then that just clips right on like that, and that keeps it away from the magneto. Put the pull crank on. What we need to do is just slide this on. This is pretty simple. It just snaps on like that. We have our wires running through there. And then we can put the screws in here. We only have 2 screws that hold it on. There used to be, I think, 4. All right, there used to be 3. Well, we lost one of them, but 2 holds it on fine. And this just screws on like that. And then we'll put on the second bolt over here, and that's it. So now with this crank on, we can crank this. And that's what cranks the whole entire engine over.